So Brian has actually, you've never been to a place called the Second City.
No, she's just telling me about that, and I was like, "What is that?" And she's like,
Yeah.
If you're going to
So
Chicago, put it on your list right now.
I know. So we have with us today Doug Blanchard. Doug, thank you so much for coming on. Welcome to The Secret Life of Parkinson's, a podcast created by people living with Parkinson's to help break the stigma of a disease no one likes to talk about. Now, here are your hosts, Jessica Krauser and Brian Baker. Doug lives with Parkinson's, and he'll tell us a little bit about that. But what we're excited to talk about is the Improv that Northwestern and Second City have come up as a program, right?
Correct.
So, do you think you would be funny? Would you ever
"I
do?
think I'm hilarious."
I saw a clip that we'll share here later on in the segment, but that would be nerve-wracking. So, tell us about when you were diagnosed and how you found out about this program through Second City and what it's done for you.
Sure. I think the whole journey starts. I was an adult onset marathoner and was deeply engrossed in running and having a wonderful time like that. Over the course of about 10 years, ran about 18 marathons or so. And
Wow.
the last year or two, something was just wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My wife noticed it, some other things, and just, you sense something's wrong with the body, but it's not important to think about too much. But finally, a few friends looked at my parents and had ALS and MS, and so it comes from the most strong lineage of insidious diseases. So I think I got off easily from Parkinson's. And so anyway, so going forward, I had a doctor who looked at me and said, I'm not the one for you, but there's some people at Northwestern I want you to go see and see what happens there. They did a DAT scan, a few other things, and actually Dr. Vega, I think, probably has figured it out within the first 10 minutes of talking with him.
Mm-hmm.
Great people at Northwestern. It was wonderful being there. They treated very, very well. And I just had DBS myself beginning of June.
Oh, great. How was it?
I might try to give it away.
I was going to say that, but I don't see any scars.
He's good. or maybe he didn't do it. But, so far, so good. I'm sure everybody goes through a process, and we're kind of manipulating the numbers a little bit and kind of experimenting with it. That's kind of the frustrating part. But our next programming meeting, I think, is in about 2 weeks, and I have a number of questions for that. So, if there's anything, I think I've reached kind of a homeostasis of being calmer. The dyskinesia is almost gone, but I get gait and especially frozen feet a little more frequently. So kind of bouncing one off the other. So Dr. Vega had mentioned about the resources that Northwestern has, and they have a singing with the opera company. They have dancing with the Joffrey Ballet, and I saw Improv with Second City. I've done a lot of corporate training and been in the legal profession for 20, 25 years. My goal was always to make an attorney laugh at least once a day. A daunting goal sometimes, but. Brian, to your point about being scared about it, actually, improv is a very easy way to do comedy. Stand-up is hard. Those people have to get down to precise words. Improv, you got other people on the stage with you. And if you really think about it, we probably live in an 80 to 90% improv world. Right. Not much of our lives are scripted out. And people react in different ways in different situations. And that's where hopefully the comedy is at.
Yeah, that was the one thing that I took away. I know you were talking to Steve before we even jumped on this call, but you said 98% of life is improv. Mm-hmm. So how has Parkinson's made that feel even more true?
You never know what's around the corner, literally and figuratively. When it started for us, Northwestern launched the program right before COVID hit, and just keep going over the COVID and do it via Zoom. And I caught up in about halfway through that segment, and we kept telling ourselves, look, if we can do this on Zoom, where you see a very limited amount of people, the person you're dealing with, wait till we see each other live. It's kind of a handicap, but I think we turned it into a positive, because it really made us focus on the person. And that's what I'm probably about, being in the moment with them. Mm-hmm. And you think how your brain processes on a normal day. Most of us, in fact, all of us, probably are thinking, what am I going to say next? And not necessarily listening to what the other person's talking to you about. It's a way of kind of saying, stop, you're important to me. Let me really understand what they're saying. Now I can respond. Easier said than done. Mm-hmm. That's the number one skill, if you can get that going. And you may have heard our kind of tagline is yes and.
Yeah.
So anything that happens, you want to positively acknowledge that. Say, yes, that's great. And what else can we do? What else can you do? What's going to happen next?
So this is an actual 10-week program, right?
Correct. Lisa Bainey has been our instructor and coach for a number of years. Actually, we've been together about 5 years, I think. I unfortunately, because of the travel, and it's taking me 5 hours round trip to get down there for 2 hour class. So unfortunately, I had to drop out of that. But we had about 10 or 12 of us, very regular people, being down there, and Lisa did a terrific job of drawing things out. And I think we all acknowledge ourselves as, look, we have Parkinson's, we're unique, we're special. And our goal really was set to not play to an audience, but play to each other. And that was our goal, was to crack each other up as much as we could throughout the day.
So would you play, like, did you actually ever get up in front of other people?
Yep, we had 3 shows, and they got progressively more well attended. First,
Really?
friends and family. The second one, we had a couple of strangers. Well, meander in. We had over 50 at our last show.
Wow.
And that was very exciting. I mean, walk out of an audience.
I think that might be I think that might be a video that Steve has. Steve, if you can pull that up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm Lisa. I'm going to be your host for the show today, and they're going to perform for you a whole bunch of our favorite games and exercises that we do in our class every week. We call That's Right, Bob. So here we have Steve and Doug, who are going to be creating a new product that doesn't exist. I see a suggestion of a type of product that they've invented. Brush. A new kind of brush. Bob and Bob.
Welcome back to the No One Home Shopping Network. Tonight, beyond all odds, we have figured out ultimate brush.
That's right, Bob. This brush, you don't even have to handle it. You just tell it, here.
You're right, Bob, it's everywhere.
That's right, Bob. And you don't have to plug it in. It's got batteries, which is why it sometimes catches on fire.
That's right, Bob, that's why we advise to use it in the shower. It's fireproof, basically.
That's right, Bob. And in the shower, you want to wear rubber
I guess that's right, Bob.
to ground yourself if you do get shocked.
More than 2 people in the shower at a time?
That's right, Bob.
Yeah, that's right. That's how I get lathered up these days, right?
Many more than 2.
You get a bigger market for this, you think?
Well, Bob, that's why we need to have a lot of people in the shower.
Let's see.
Oh my God.
It's a classic case of dyskinesia out of control, much like that.
That's right, Bob. So it's that, I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know if I could do it. Like, I would be like super nervous. So how do they get people involved? Like, isn't like, I know you said when you heard about it, you're like, oh yeah, I totally try that. That's for me. But are people typically nervous, or are they ready to go?
I think when we get there, no one really has aspirations of becoming a star or something of that nature, but I think it's a way to intermingle with like people. And that's probably one of our biggest challenges, is finding other people like us. And with the comedy end of it, I think everybody was very relaxed. Lisa did a great job of just being very calm about it and saying, we're here for each other. We're here to get the neurology part of that, get our improv brain working. Mm-hmm. And that was our biggest challenge. We have a very diverse group too. We had a retired naval captain, guy who wrote code, just all sorts of stuff that come from all diverse backgrounds, and with a common goal of just, trying to make it funny for each of us.
So even though it's like an actual, like a 10-week program, is what I at least read. Would you still? I know you said you did it for like 5 years. So would you just keep going back? Like, what does that look like? Yeah,
it's like anything else, maybe for self-improvement, or it's like taking a yoga class or Pilates class over and over. Same kind of repetition in that situation.
So what all do you like? What do you learn? I mean, not what do you learn, but like, what do you practice, I guess, on at something like this?
Great question. So we start out with very simple games, because it's all based on games. That's right, Bob, is a great one. And the fellow doing it there, Steve, and I had done a number of those. And the idea is, and it does get kind of funny sometimes. We're tired of using a microwave or a broom. We want some more esoteric type of objects to kind of sing the praises of. But Steve did a great one not that long ago where it was on dish detergent soap. And how can you make that funny? And he goes, well, it's not liquid, it's not powder, it's you're doing your dishes mentally. And that just went off on a whole riff. So we had a lot of fun with that. Again, if you stick to the yes and, you acknowledge what somebody said, move on. So what Lisa's doing, to better answer your question, is putting together some scenarios. And we do a lot of characterizations. some sort of a town hall meeting, and if I'm right, go on. This town hall meeting, you've got multiple characters in there. So there's a mayor, perhaps a town official, and some event happens. And now we all react to it as villagers there. So you may have a dog catcher that's working with that, and try to fit the roles into the people there, and just let's see where it goes.
That's funny. I mean, I think it would be fun for even just like somebody to come to, like, I don't know if this even happens, like if there's improv for Parkinson's in other locations, but it's like if the leader, like you're saying, like Lisa is her name, that does it, like if somebody like her like goes to different locations, like if she came to our gym, like that's our community group, and it's like it would be so funny to like put people
in that spot,
in those situations, because I feel like it would just be one, it just gets you out of like your day-to-day. I mean, we exercise together, so that's like our outlet, but you're still stuck in like, okay, now I'm exercising and we're talking about medications, we're talking about how we feel. This just sounds like it's just fun. Like,
I think it's the same thing, they talk about, if you don't use it, you lose it. So using your brain, you're kind of quick. If you're quick-witted, it's kind of what you and I started with too, just the banter. Back and forth that we'd have at the gym.
That's why we thought we'd be good at a podcast.
We were wrong.
One of our favorite games is very short. It's called Quick, Quick, Quick. And you read something off the card and it says, you find yourself with wet pants. Now, the other people playing with you have to figure out why. So sat in a puddle, hose sprayed me, or whatever it may be, and that just kind of keeps the brain turning and going faster.
So maybe instead of Melissa, because Melissa, she's our fitness instructor, instead of her asking us like, okay, name fruits that are whatever, we should ask her like, do quick, quick, quick. That would be funny.
Sure. Another one we start with is kind of more of an icebreaker, and called 5 things. So Lisa will say 5 flavors of ice cream. So you come up with your 5 flavors. So Ryan, you want to take a shot at that? 5 flavors of ice cream?
Butter pecan, chocolate, strawberry, Reese's cup.
That's good.
Yeah. And cookie dough.
Jessica, what are your 5 favorite flavors of cakes?
Of cakes? I like red velvet, chocolate, vanilla, marble, and I do like banana.
You just did improv.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now we're professionals.
There you go.
Well, but so Northwestern, so I saw, and I don't know if you were a part of this or not, but they did an actual study on, did you go through, were you part of the study as well?
No, I heard about it. That was way to reinforce that. So
yeah, so I took a look at it, and it said that they saw significant improvement pre to post intervention of this improv class was seen on their UPDRS scores, which is great because I mean it just goes to show after you're diagnosed with Parkinson's, it's not just a sit and wallow. Like you can better yourself just by getting out there and exercising your brain, your physical aspect of your life, and anything. It's like, but moving or doing something is going to improve your day to day versus not doing. Do you still exercise? Do you run anymore?
Running, unfortunately, no. I've got poor eyesight and some macular issues there too. So between that and COVID, it kind of ended it. But I think for 11 years, I accomplished an awful lot. That is, I mean, 18
marathons is quite significant. What other type of exercises do you participate in?
Do Pilates a couple times a week. We've got a big boxing group, PD with about 50 or so members in there now, and do some core work at the YMCA, and that's not necessarily specific for Parkinson's, but there's a few of us that are in that group too, and that really helps. So it's balance and strength training and a lot of the regular ones, but the toughest part of the whole DBS for me, sitting still. And it was killing me. I had to get out and get in the garden, or get out and get active again, and type of thing. So
yeah. Are any of your exercise groups, are they any of them Parkinson's specific, or is it just general Pilates general?
Pilates is fairly general, and so is the core. But the boxing group, and we meet Tuesday and Thursday afternoons for a couple hours, and that's all Parkinson's.
Nice. Well, Doug, this was awesome. Thank you so much for reaching out to us and letting us know about this. I think you should actually check it out when you're there for
I
work.
know I'm going to.
Yeah. But I love Second City. I used to go there sometimes when we'd visit Chicago, but I'd love to even see if there's somebody that would come to like local places like here and do something. Cause that just sounds like fun. Like instead of just getting together, like.
Yeah. I wonder if we reached out like to like the comedy clubs locally, if they would.
Yeah.
Have somebody that would want to take this on.
Yeah.
And just the quick comment there, make sure it's an improv club and not a stand-up.
Okay.
Two completely different things.
Good to know.
And actually, one of my goals here that we're still down in Rockford is trying to get an improv group going here. I just want to be able to spread the word and get everybody else involved in it, and it's fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, again, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. In our last 30 seconds, we will leave you with this. Whether it's physical exercise or mental exercise, like improv, you want to keep yourself moving, you want to keep yourself engaged. And doing something like improv can improve things like your mental capacity, your ability to speak on your feet quickly, and probably many other things that we'll be looking into in the near future. So with that, we'll see you next time. Thanks.